Christmas just around the corner, and with that comes the joy of gift giving, but not according to the IRS, which has specific rules when it comes to gifting assets, either as part of an estate plan or for purposes of setting up a business. Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law joins us now with some guidance on this. So, Roger, you know, we talk about Christmas gifts. I mean, we're not just talking like a sweater. Talk about the definition of a gift.
Well, Suzanne, good to be with you. The IRS does indeed have its own definition for gift tax purposes. And they start out with the idea that a transfer is a gift if it's done with what they call detached and disinterested generosity. In other words, you aren't expecting anything in return, and there's no quid pro quo, and there's no legal obligation to make the gift. And that makes the key being the donor's intent. And for it to be a taxable gift, the amount that's transferred has to exceed $17,000 per donee cumulative for the calendar year 2023. And that amount goes up to $18,000 per donee next year. Above that level, it's a taxable gift that has to be reported on a gift tax return. And it might be zero tax because it could be offset by the unified credit. But those are the rules according to the IRS.
So talk about the overall, what the takeaway here is for a lot of producers. What should they do? How do they approach this?
Well, watch your timing. IRS will say that you make a gift in the year that you've given up control, beneficial interest and control in the property. And sometimes they try to shift people around so they can attach penalties because you didn't report the gift in the right year. And if you're tying it to your business, there was a recent case where it was tied to the liquidation of a business, and the IRS didn't buy the idea that these were gifts. So make sure that it truly is detached from your own interest. And other situation that arises in agriculture is retained interest. I'm gifting property in a trust. My heirs are going to get it down the road eventually, but I'm retaining the right to change my mind. Well, that's not a gift, and that property is going to be included in your estate at death. And we see that a lot in agriculture because farmers, sometimes they have trouble with giving up control, and that really factors into the gift issue. But I think the big takeaway here is you got to get in the gift-giving mode from the IRS's standpoint, and that is in that detached and disinterested generosity mode, but do it from the bottom of your heart, of course.
I love that. Where can they go? More information. I know you break this down on your page.
Yep, on my blog. It's also reproduced on RFD-TV's. They're running my blogs there too, and I also share it with Kansas State University.
Great stuff as always. Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law. Always appreciate you here. Thank you so much.